Hey everyone, it's Capital G here, and got a blanket here. It's a little chilly today, but that's okay because spring is coming. We had some really nice days earlier this week. So the promise of spring, and it's a promise that will not be broken. I can assure you of that. I guess before I get to my story of the day, shall we say, updated my computer. It's working now. The problem was with the motherboard. The motherboard decided that it no longer liked SATA ports, and because of that, my hard drive connected via SATA port wouldn't read. CD-ROM connected via SATA port wouldn't read, so on and so forth. So, new motherboard, and to house it, a new tower. It's got the same hard drive, same RAM, same processor. So it's essentially the same computer. It's basically had, I like to call it brain surgery and a skull cap. The new tower, my old tower was like a little office thing, like yay big. But now I have a full-size tower. And that means I actually now physically have the room to upgrade the video card. Actually, this new motherboard's integrated video is already better than what I used to have. I can actually play Scribblenauts Unlimited smoothly. I can play Castle Crashers smoothly. I haven't tested Don't Starve yet. I'm pretty confident that will run smooth as well. And it does a better job of running Rogue Legacy, although it still runs it very slowly. So the need for a proper video card still exists. But at least there are games that this thing can run and run well, and that I find very encouraging, shall we say. So definitely happy I got that work done. Not so happy about the fact that I had to drop money in my computer randomly, but such is life. But I am happy that there was no damage to the hard drive or any of the files on it, so I still have my stuff that I've already recorded for Mario 3D World. I've got 2 episodes worth of material left. And after that's done, well, the series will go on hiatus again only because of the fact that KK and I need to find common time off work to be able to record. And it might be a couple weeks before that happens. I do have a few other games I want to cover. There's an old game from the mid-1990s called Lode Runner. In this case, it's called Lode Runner. The full name is Lode Runner Online: The Mad Monk's Revenge. And that's a story I'll tell you once I start that series, why it has such a weird name. But yeah, I'm going to cover that one. I know I can. I've done a test recording where the video recorded very well. The audio recorded too well. The audio was so loud you couldn't hear me talk. So that's a bit of a problem. But once I have the volume issue sorted out, then I'll start recording that series for you guys. I also want to do a series on A Boy and His Blob. I've been spending a good chunk of the past week and a half trying out some of the games that I purchased, but from like I've got Wii games and PS2 games I haven't played yet, and one of those games I got to try was A Boy and His Blob, and it's like, this is amazing. I'm definitely going to do a series on A Boy and His Blob. It's really good. It's a whole lot of fun to play. It's not the hardest or deepest game per se, but it's a game I'm having fun with, so of course I'm going to cover it for you guys. That makes perfect sense to me. Another game I've been having fun with, but I won't cover because it's a bit more complicated to do, and that is Batman Arkham City. Awesome game. I'm definitely enjoying it. And of course the Wii U version has all the previously released DLCs, so it's a complete game. It integrates the gamepad beautifully, but I guess that's where the recording problem comes in, because there's enough stuff that happens on the gamepad that unless you can see the gamepad and hear the gamepad, That's very important because you have to be able to hear the gamepad also. Like you can overhear thugs, and you can, when you communicate with Alfred, he talks to you through the gamepad. When the Joker calls you up, you'll hear him on the gamepad, so on and so forth. And because of that logistical problem, I'm not going to record Batman. I mean, I'm sure there's other people who have done the Wii U version of Batman and found the way to record it well, but for now, I don't have that solution, so I won't be covering Batman Arkham City. But A Boy and His Blob, absolutely. Awesome game. Definitely would love to share that with you guys, and I'll do that very, very soon. There is also a Super Nintendo game that I have in mind, and I will announce what that game is very, very soon. It's going to be fun too because I haven't done a lot of Super Nintendo. Like I had a Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, and then I followed the Sega Genesis with a Nintendo 64, so I never really got into the Super Nintendo scene. I got to play a few games here and there, but never seriously sat down with a library of Super Nintendo games to just play. So this will be a slightly different experience, shall we say. And I'm looking forward to it. And I guess before I go, the cool stuff of the day, because I always seem to do like a news item and a cool stuff. And here's the cool stuff. One of the best purchases I've made in a while, that's for sure. And that is A Song of Fire and Ice, the box set. And for anyone who's not sure, A Song of Fire and Ice is the proper name of the series popularly known as A Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is the name of the first novel in the series. There are 5 novels. There's only 4 here because the 5th one I have at work right now. It's sitting in my locker at work. And this one's upside down. That should be like that. There we go. That makes a bit more sense. So far, I've finished the first book. I'm well into the second novel. And this series, at least in terms of the books, is amazing. And I can see why they turned it into a TV show. The way the books are written. It's like you have one chapter where it tells some of Daenerys' story, for example. I think it's pronounced Daenerys. Pulls out some weird names. I'm not sure where he finds them. And then several pages later, there's a chapter for Bran. And then a few pages later, it'd be like Eddard's. And then a few pages after that, Robb. So on and so forth. But with the books written in that format, it's easy to see how they're able to translate the books into TV. Because a lot of TV shows, especially soap operas, do that. Like if you've ever watched daytime soap opera. I'm not really a fan of those. I remember whenever my mom was home from work as a kid, she'd put on the soap operas, and I just wanted to be with my mom as a kid, so I saw these soap operas with her. And I can tell you because of that, I can tell you, soap operas do the same thing. They tell a chapter of someone's story, and then they cut to another story, cut to another story, cut to another story, go back, cut to another story, go back to one from earlier, so on and so forth. The books do that. And if the TV series is written the same way, then I'm sure the TV series does that. I haven't actually seen the TV series. I've grown to not watch a lot of TV anymore. I guess between all the YouTube stuff I've been doing and the fact that I've been getting more and more into reading again, I haven't had much time for TV. So I can't tell you what the series looks like, but reading the books, it feels like a TV series just by reading the books. So I can see how they did it, and I've heard the TV show is just plain awesome. They're doing season 3 now, and season 3 is going to be covering the events of the 3rd book, The Storm of Swords. That's actually what they did. The first season is the events of the first book. The second season is the events of the second book, which is at work right now. Third season will be this one. Fourth season, so on and so forth. Of course, the big question is whether or not George R.R. Martin will get the remaining books done in time. There's 2 more books planned for the mainline series. And whether or not they'll be done in time to continue the TV show without a prolonged break, I don't know. Some people are afraid that he won't be able to finish the books in time before it's time for him to leave, shall we say? So, but I hope he can do it. I'm rooting for you, George. We want to see this series complete because these books are awesome. They completely fish hooked me. I'm so glad I bought into the hype of this series because let's face it, this first book was written in the mid-90s, the 1996. I think it was. Is that right? 1996? Feels right. Although I remember I'd never heard about the book in 1996, that's for sure. 1999 and the main book was 1996. Clash of Kings was written in 1999. Yeah, there it is. 1996. Found it. There it is, 1996. I know you can't really see it very well. It's a low-budget webcam. But there you go. I never heard about the series when it was during its initial print run. 1996, 1999. So, whoever came across the books and decided to turn it into a TV series, thank you. Because if it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't have found out about the books for quite a while. And the books are amazing. And I guess the quick question for you guys: which do you prefer? Have you read the books and seen the series, or have you just done one? Have you read one or just seen the other? Let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the Game of Thrones, the novels? What's your thoughts on the series? And if you've seen and read both, what are your thoughts on it? Like, how well does the series replicate the novels? Or is the series more enjoyable than the novels, or vice versa? I've been enjoying the novels so much, I can't imagine the TV series being... I can imagine it being as good, but I can't imagine it being better, per se. So, at least that's where I stand right now. Maybe eventually I will see the TV show. I kind of have to, and in the very least, I should watch the first season now I've finished the first book, so... But I won't watch season 2 until I finish the second book. That's a given. And season 3 comes out soon. So I won't watch that until I finish the third book. This one's 800 pages, and some of the books are larger than 800. Like Dance with Dragons is over 1,000 pages, so I have a lot of work to do. But again, let me know what you think of the series in printed format, in video format. Which is better, which is worse? Have you done both? So on and so forth. Love to hear back. On that, I'm gonna check out, and I will see you all next time.